All right, world of matchups. It is me, producer, co-host a little bit, Spencer the Wiz, and of course we got host Dexter. It wouldn't be world of matchups without him. We're gonna be breaking down a few games, so it'll be broken down into one YouTube video each, and we're gonna start off here with the Packers and Bucks. Interesting game, right? Because Packers ride the ship. The Bears are awful. Let's be honest, they're just a bad football team. That
They're
week one
terrible.
against Trey Lance ain't mean nothing to me, at least. In a bad weather game against Trey Lance, they play a real team, and Aaron. That's Aaron Rodgers. Like, who he sees the Bears on the schedule. Shoo, we can ride the ship right there. Let's right all our wrongs. Also, for some reason, the Packers don't like to play in week one. I think
Yeah.
that's just proven thing. They just like to take week one off, I guess, to make themselves mad. I don't know. And then they go off and win the next 10 games.
Yeah.
But you also, yeah.
This is a tricky matchup still for them, however. And mind you, I just got to get this off my chest. Bears, you cannot throw for 70 yards and expect it to be a team like the Packers on the road. I mean, Jesus, how bad are some of these teams, Spencer? My goodness. Anyway.
Well, I mean, talking about the Bears, you draft a defensive-minded coach, say that you're behind Justin Fields, and then you don't give him, you give him Byron Pringle as a second wide receiver. What are we doing, man?
Velus Jones. Matt Everfluss is the
Byron Pringle could barely get the field on Kansas City.
He's the NFC version of Nathaniel Hackett, but that's a whole nother story.
Whoa,
so Packers,
bad.
so bad.
Yep.
So Packers, they have to go to Tampa. Okay, I think this is going to not live up to the hype that people would normally expect because both teams are so severely banged up. On the Packers side, so Sammy Watkins is, of course, he's out. The guy never is ever healthy. You got. He's very average. He has one great game, and then he's out for 6 months. Nobody in the NFL is stealing more money than Sammy Hammy Watkins. So the only really healthy players Aaron Rodgers can count on is his backfield. Christian Watson, this guy's going to do nothing this year. Alan Lazard, a.k.a. Mr. Mike Honcho, might do some work this week. They got to get him involved if they have any chance of winning this game. It's Tampa basically just to win it. I think that when you have guys like Chris Godwin who are out, Mike Evans is suspended, who are these quarterbacks throwing to? You want to see a run-heavy approach? It's going to happen this week. Cheeseburger Lenny's going to get the ball a ton. So is Aaron Jones, who went off last week. These guys are going to run the ball forever. I like the under in this game. I do think because Tampa is home and Tom Brady is just piss and vinegar right now with the whole Giselle thing and everyone's saying he shouldn't retire. Tom Brady will not let go until he's injured. That's just how it's going to go.
I think it is. I think he just loves the game too much.
Yeah, he just loves the game too much. I mean, he's going to go out like
he's
Jordan.
Going to have to be carted off the field. It's crazy,
dude. The guy's going to have to be paralyzed to come off the field. You know what I mean? It's rumored that him and Giselle aren't living together anymore. A lot of dissension, a lot of rumors. Tampa's not the same team. You saw how throwing the freaking MacBook and the tablets, and Mike Evans is fighting to save his honor. I mean, last week was a complete shit show in New Orleans, and so
that was garbage.
I just don't think Aaron Rodgers has enough to go on the road and beat anyone. Let's be honest. More or less, the mighty, strong defense-minded Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So I like the Bucs to win this game by 3 points. Take the under and have a pizza.
I like if a streamer, Cole Beasley, was just signed to the active roster
for
the Bucs. If there's any archetypal receiver that Tom Brady likes to abuse, it is the short white slot receiver. Yeah. Go ask Danny Amendola and Wes Welker.
Julian Edelman.
Yeah, dude, he had Scotty Miller, but Cole Beasley is better. So I think that if you're playing DFS, maybe not fantasy football, hopefully you're not depending on Cole Beasley to be your starting wide receiver this week. No. But if you're playing DFS and you want to go cheap on like your third wide receiver and maybe like spend a lot on maybe the best matchup for the best receiver, I could see a little bit of value there. Yeah. Who knows? But I mean, when you're playing DFS, you have to differentiate yourself a little bit. Otherwise, you're never going to win. That could be a good way to do it. But I don't know. You're right. You hit it right on the head, right? You're talking about two teams that just I don't know. It's like the Bucs are 2-0, so it's like they have 2 wins and 0 losses, so they look pretty good.
It's ugly 2-0, but it's 2-0.
Hey, and they beat a division rival who everyone said, like pretty much everybody predicted the upset would be there. You know what I mean? Like, even though the Bucs were favored, everybody was like, no, this is the Saints game. They keep winning it over and over again. Tom Brady has all these issues outside of football, and yet here we go. Every time we doubt Tom Brady, the dude wins a football game.
That's why I'm taking him this week.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't really have a pure prediction for this one. It's kind of a weirder matchup. I'll be watching because it's interesting. I know we were talking about before we recorded how bad I feel for the fans who's probably spent a boatload of money to see the Aaron Rodgers Tom Brady matchup, and yet here it is again because he unretired. So everyone's got to spend a bunch of money again to see this matchup. And hopefully this is actually the last year for Tom Brady for people who buy those tickets.
Yeah, sneaky play in this game is going to be A.J. Dillon. Let the Packers get a lead. You're going to see the bowling ball come onto the field. You know, they'll have a chance to control the clock if they can get up by at least 7. But I'm not betting on against Tom Brady here, even without his complement of weapons. On the other side, conversely, the one you got to watch out for if he plays is going to be Julio Jones. Julio and Tom Brady love each other, and these are the type of players that I think are going to be the ones who win the game for either side. So Tampa Bay minus the point. I think they win. Take the under. Have a nice day.